So InDesign is page layout software, and try and treat it as you would Illustrator and Photoshop. Most of the tools are pretty much the same. There's some extra little bits, and we're getting a bit more information up at the top about the tools that we're using and what the tools do. We also have over on the right hand side here, you can see that there's pages as well as layers and other things that we've seen before in Photoshop and Illustrator. On the left hand side you've got the same kind of selection tools, various different things that do look the same: type tool, line tool, pen tool. We're going to have a look at the content tools here, and you've got the same stuff for making for filling in boxes of colour and things like that. So the first thing that I'd like to do is add a few content boxes. So here is a rectangular frame tool, and clicking and hold on it gives us some other shapes here, and you can play about with those in the same way that you would using the shape tools in Illustrator. For what we want to do, just for putting in some content, I'm going to use the rectangle frame tool, and I'm going to make a few boxes. I'm going to make a big box here that's going over maybe about that far down, and this is snapping to the bleed, the red line that's around the outside. And then I'm going to put in a few more boxes in these three columns here. So there's one. If I click, it's going to put in another two boxes that, and again, they're the same size as the one that I just made here, this original box. And now if I just use my selection tool, then I can just pick these up and I can just move these into position. So I want to have one big area for an image and then three smaller areas for something else. So these are your best frame tools, these ones with the crosses in them, the rectangle ones here. You can use this other rectangle or whatever shape you want tool, but the difference is it doesn't put a big cross in the box, so it makes it a little bit harder to pick up. Like these, you can just pick them up by clicking on them anywhere, whereas this one here you have to just go and click on the line, and it's just a bit annoying, so I never use that one. And they both fulfill the same function, so doesn't really make much difference. I'm just going to delete that one. So these boxes, you can colour them in when they're selected. So up here you can see we have the fill. There's no fill set, but we can colour that in like that if we want to, and we can give them a stroke as well, and then you've got the thickness of the stroke here as well. You can also play about with what sort of line it is that's in there, so you can see there's all sorts of different ones that you can see whether they're useful or not. For me at the moment, I don't want to use anything like that. So back to 0 and nothing.